Hello, welcome to another class with Mathemasoft. Today we'll be solving some past questions from JAMB for the benefit of those people that will be writing JAMB. So today we have two questions on the board in the area of trigonometry and we will get started. So we have two questions here. The first one says if tan theta equals 4 over 3, calculate sine square theta minus cos square theta, and then we have these options. So we have to remember our relationship that let's first reduce this. Okay, we have sine square theta, okay, minus cos square theta, and of course we remember that we can say sine square theta minus cos square theta is actually 1 minus sine square, okay, theta, and then that will be sine square theta minus 1 plus sine square theta, and that will be 2 sine square theta minus 1. So in other words, we have reduced the only thing we will need to know now. We have reduced it to only sine square theta. So with sine square theta alone, we can get our answer. So we just go to the clue that they have given to us here. Okay, instead of why I actually did this is that you wouldn't need to find cos square theta and sine square theta. Once you know sine square theta, you can actually get your answer. Another person can say, let me reduce the unknown to what? Only cos square theta. So anyone that you want to do, but with this now, okay, if you're able to get your sine square theta now from here, you can slot it here and get your answer directly. So let's do that. So we have tan theta equals to 4 over 3. Okay, so my tan square theta will be 4 over 3 square, and I know what my tan square theta is. My tan square theta is actually sine square theta over cos square theta, which will now be 16 over 9. So I can cross multiply by saying that I have sine square theta equals to what? 16 cos square theta, and I also have 9 sine square theta. So I have 9 sine square theta. So let me eradicate what? Cos square theta, so that I will have only sine square theta left. So that will be, and that will be 9 sine square theta equals 16 minus 16 sine square theta. So 9 sine squared theta now plus 16 sine squared theta, okay, that's this one here, equals to 16. That will be 25 sine squared theta equals to 16. Sine squared theta now is equals to 16 over 25. So my sine squared theta is actually 16 over 25. So now what they want us to find, which is sine squared theta minus cos squared theta. That's the question they want us to calculate, and we have reduced it to something like this. So if I had not reduced it to this now, when you are done with sine squared theta, you will have to go through the stress of getting your cos square theta also. But by reducing it to this one, I've actually what? Shorten the work that I need to do. So I will just write 2 sine square theta minus 1, 2, okay, times sine square theta is 16 over 25 minus 1 over 1. That will be 32 over 25 minus 1 over 1. And that will be 32 minus 25 over 25, and if I subtract that, that will be 7 over 25. So 7 over 25 will be our correct option. So that is C. So C is my correct what? Answer. Okay. What thing about trigonometry is that you have to ensure that you do not forget all the relations that you have here. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Okay, that's one of the relationship that we have. So it must always be in your mind, ringing, while solving the questions. So that's question number 1. Question number 2, okay, I would have loved you to actually attempt question number 2, but let us do it, because this is just exam practice. It's not for me to actually assess you. So number 2 is not far from what we did in number 1. It's just the same approach. So let's try number 2 out now. Question number 2, okay. If tan theta equals to this, find sine squared theta minus cos squared theta. So you can see it's just the same approach, okay. But in this case, I will try to actually give it another approach so that you can see that anyhow you want to do it, You can always go back and forth if you like. In this case, I will make sine square theta to be the one that will disappear. Okay, let me make sine square theta to be the one that will go and leave the rest of the expression in cos square theta. So in other words, I can say this is 1 minus cos square theta. So this might be the approach that you want to go. It's still the same thing. Okay, so I will have 1 minus cos square theta minus cos square theta. Okay, so the answer will be 1 minus 2 cos square theta. So I've reduced what I need to actually do, what they asked me to do. I've reduced it to just one unknown. Okay, so now I can use this tan theta now to get, okay, my cos square theta so that I can slot it in here. So that's 5 over 4. And I know that my tan square theta now will be 5 over 4 square. Okay, taking the square of both sides. So my tan square theta means sine square theta over cos square theta, which is now equals to 25 over 16. So let me cross multiply 16 sine square theta equals 25 cos square theta. Don't forget, it is sine theta that we go, sine square theta that we go. So that will be 1 minus cos square theta equals to 25 cos square theta. I hope you are following. And then we have 16 minus 16 cos squared theta equals 25 cos squared theta. Okay, let's take this one to that side. That will be 16 equals 25 cos squared theta plus 16 cos squared, okay, theta. And that will give me 16 equals, or let me write it this way, that will be 41 cos squared theta equals to 16. And then we can say that cos squared theta now equals 16 over 41. So that's my cos squared theta. So that is what I will bring into this expression now. So I have 1 minus 2 cos squared theta. Okay, that will be 1 minus 2. What is my cos square theta? That's what? 16 over 41. And then I will say 1 minus 32 over 41. Put this over 1. That will be 41 minus 32 over 41. Okay, so if we subtract that, that will be 9. Okay, that will be 9. Exactly, that will be 9. So over 41. Okay, so this will be my answer. So that is B, 9 over 41. So I hope you have gained a little from these past questions I just solved in trigonometry. Trig is a very wide topic, and you should engage yourself in solving past questions in this area so that it can help you, gather some marks in your examination. So till next time, I will be having a new video with you. Remain blessed, and I wish you all the very best in your examination. Bye for now.